Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtum Vishnupada Paramansa Parivraja Kachasta Satasisima Bhakti Rakakshila Sila Deva Swami Maharaj ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtum Vishnupada Paramansa Parivraja Kachasta Satasisima Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtum Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivraja Kachasta Satasisima Srila Bhokishoras Babaji Maharaj ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtum Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivraja Kachasta Satasisima Srila Sachidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki Jai. Jai Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivraja Kachasta Satasisima Shri Guru Deva Tulananda Acharya Maharaj ki Jai. Ananda Puri Vaishnavini ki Jai. Namacharya Das Thakur ki Jai. Prem se bol Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Sisi Radha Krishna Gopa Gopi Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki Jai. Dham Dham ki Jai, Madhura Dham ki Jai, Puri Dham ki Jai, Gangamai ki Jai, Yamai ki Jai, Tulsi ki Jai, Bhakti Devi ki Jai, Shama Veda Bhakta Vinda ki Jai. European Yatra ki Jai. Sri Patita Pamana Acharya ki Jai. Sri Harijan Ji ki Jai. Shri Gandharvika Govinda Sundaram ki Jai. Radha Gopti Vallabha ki Jai. Radha Gopti Vallabha ki Jai. Swedish Yatra ki jai. Bulgarian Yatra ki jai. Hungarian Yatra ki jai. Bavarian Yatra ki jai. I almost said barbarian Yatra. Transformed barbarians by Mahaprabhu. So we have been reading all these days about the glories of the Holy Dham. The Holy Dham of the Lord. Sri Vrindavan Dham, Mathura Dham, Gupta Vrindavan Dham, Mayapur, Jagannath Puri Kshetra Dham. They're all very special places. I know that because I've seen it, felt it. And many of you have also seen it and been there. My heart touched by this Vrindavan. Many of the ancient tribe people who went, like the Guaranis from Paraguay, after they went back from India, they said, Vrindavan, that was the most special place for us. Even after they went to Prayagraj and participated in Kiva Kumbh Melas, they said, no, it's Vrindavan. We came here to see Vrindavan. Amazing. So I offer my most humble obeisance to the devotees of Lord Chaitanya, who I have a first-hand experience of their great mercy, kindness, sweetness, something very special. We have seen, we have experienced. I would say recently and always. Because the devotees of Krishna, their eagerness is to make the world happy. It says, Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina. Let the whole world be happy. But we are so problematic people. How to make us happy? Looks like we need a psychology, each one of us privately accompanying us throughout the life to always say, hey, wait. What trauma are you representing right now in this conflict situation you're just about to produce? It's like every one of us living in a drama. But like really like a soap opera drama, not just an ordinary drama. It's like, ooh, oh, no. It's life, no? So, and in that comes the Vaishnava says, everybody should be happy. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina. That's why we became Hindu, if you want so. I mean, Hindu, Vaishnava, Sanatan Dharmi, Sevaka, Prabhupada, Shishya. You may give it so many names, but in the world the people can easily understand Hindu. Oh, Hindu. Even though Prabhupada didn't really like the word Hindu because it's not Shastri, but it is totally applicable in our modern world today. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina. I want to be part of that. That's my religion. I don't want to be part of any religion which says you join our religion or we kill you. Sorry, you know. That religion I don't want to be part of. You know. Or see, oh yes, you may be all okay, just sadly all of you, after you die, will go to hell because I'm going to heaven to my sailboat. Come on. Give me a break. Of course the people are crazy in this world with religions preaching such nonsense. Scaring people. Do you have to scare people to teach them something good? Well, a little bit. Karma, scare. Hey, everything you do will have a reaction. That's physics. Chemistry. That's paraphysics also. Parapsychology. It is the law underlining everything. Every action has a reaction. Yeah. What does it mean? Well, look at your action, then you can get an idea what kind of a reaction you will get. So a little scaring people to make them aware of their own responsibility. That's maybe there in a religious message. But mercy is the number one. And this is why we're reading about the land of mercy. Srivindavandam, Sri Mathura Dham. And the land of mercy opens the arms to all of us. Now, if you want to go there, you have to accept one thing. What's that? You have to be ready and willing to make everybody happy in this. That's the price. That's the price. No cheaper offers. You may say, I don't know how to make the whole world happy. That's okay, you don't know. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu does know. And he gives us the keys, the secrets. Om Sarve Bhavantu Shukhina. That's not the end of Om Sarve. Om Sarve Bhavantu Shukhina. Next line. Sarve Shantu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kachituka Bhakvavet. This verse, each one of you has to have memorized. If you don't memorize this verse, then how can you explain why you are here? Next line is everybody should be healthy. What does that mean? Everybody has to eat good food, prasada, and not be in anxiety, and not live in a dirty environment. According to Ayurveda, there's 3 things which make people sick. Eating the wrong stuff, living in anxiety, or being surrounded by filth, garbage. Microbes, bacteria, all kinds of unhealthy things, You know, the mosquito can kill you. He just puts a little thing in your body and you're finished. Dengue or so many other, malaria. So it's just a teeny bit of dirt. So we should be in a clean environment. Can you imagine? We know that the mosquitoes, they're bred in water, in any water, especially in dirty water. But we don't care. We keep dirty water almost everywhere. And then we are surprised, or then we will put on mosquito spray, which is a chemical which is going to go in the skin and give you cancer. So it's not a very intelligent. Our society shows that we are absolutely not intelligent because we do all these things which will make people unhappy. And that in the name of happiness. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Instead of enjoying, we are giving trouble to ourselves. So, 3rd line, everybody has a right of his own opinion and his own realization. Zero permission for dictatorship, and much less of dictatorship on the mind. That is Hinduism. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. You have a right to think yes, yes, yes. And at least the many people I talk to, they say the 4 regulative principles, they come to me as my own conviction. There was one lady in Ecuador. She was very funny. She said, I love the 4 regulative principles. Number 1, I don't gamble because I always lose. I don't eat meat because it makes me sick. I do not take intoxication because it drives me mad. And I don't have illicit sex because there's nobody to do it with. When she said that, the temple room had cracked up. It was like the big crack up. Anyway, we know that illicit sex is taking us into the dirty mentality, so it's not very recommendable. What I'm trying to say that the 4 regulative principles, they are common sense. You don't have to be the biggest yogi with the highest realization to finally accept, yes, I shouldn't take intoxication. No. Dummy. Every kid can understand that if you're depending on a daily intake of anything to just keep yourself like in whatever state of anesthesia or whatever you may call it. Where you've been addict, this is the most horrible thing in the world. If you cannot get your drug, then you're falling in great anxieties, you have withdrawal symptoms. Come on. No. Addiction is a torture. Any kind of addiction. Sugar addiction also. Television addiction also. It's all a torture because it takes away your full ability of making up your mind and following your ideals. Because we do have ideals and we have an inner struggle whether we follow our ideals or we follow the addictions. So this is for everybody. This is something to deal with. We have to learn. I mean, God has created those possibilities of addictions as tests and trials for us to decide whether we want to go to the land of Vrindavan or not. And the last one, nobody should be put in misery by my fault. It's not easy because sometimes in egotistic decisions we fall in the trap of doing things which in the end will create misery for somebody. In the end will give suffering to somebody. That's why we always say, excuse me, brothers, sisters, excuse me, forgive me for any kind of misery or sadness or suffering I may have given to you. I mean, a father gives sadness to his children simply by not coming home at night. Where is Dad? Where is Dad? We don't know. So, wife in anxiety, children in anxiety. So, I mean, you can put people in anxiety and make people suffer rather easy. Anybody who loves you falls in anxiety when they see you going through hard time, difficulties, failures, whatever. That goes to the heart. If they love you, they don't care, then not. But this verse says, don't put anybody into misery. And then, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Means, there's no peace without the truth. We want the truth? Good. We want peace? Good. So there'll be no peace unless you follow the Om, the highest truth. Simple formula, no? Because of that formula, I had to become a Hindu. You may say so, because I was really looking for some answer. Because capitalism for me was no option. And communism, socialism, few good ideas, but no reality option. Practically, those countries claim to be socialist, they become prisons of the people inside. It's just a big jail. So we have a little choice, no? Capitalism no, socialism no, so where to go? Huh? The whole world is in the grip of these mad ideas of exploitation. And it's only in, look, I'll give you an example. In Hinduism, on the one side you're told never kill an animal. On the other side you're told if you cannot live without an animal, then you, without eating animal, then you kill a goat and offer the goat to Kali, and you whisper the goat in the ear, for my uncontrolled behavior and killing you and offering you, I give your soul the chance that in the next lifetime you can come and return this to me in my next lifetime. I will have to pay with my hand. So you still want to eat goat? So it is meant to drive people, but Vedas are not imposing themselves. They don't say under no condition can you eat meat, drink alcohol, take drugs, all these things. There's always some kind of permission. But it is totally discouraged. The wrong things are discouraged, but not prohibited and not persecuted. So it's an interesting system, no? Even though we don't find it perfectly applied anywhere right now. We cannot say, oh, go to India, everything is perfect there. No, sorry. And I think Bhutan is the only country in the world which prohibits chemistry in agriculture. They won the game of the organic consciousness. Bhutan, a small Himalaya kingdom. These poisons, they're spread everywhere. And you know what they call the poisons in India? They have marketed chemicals, urea, pesticides, and all these things. They have marketed them as medicines for the plants. Our poor plants, they're getting sick, so let us apply some medicine to them. And the farmer said, oh, good, we have medicine for the plants. Anyhow, that's a side issue. Actually, this concept of Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, that was taught by Srila Prabhupada to us in the practical life. He showed us how we can become happy. And this happiness based around serving Vrindavan. Serving Vrindavan in your home, serving Vrindavan in the holy name, serving Vrindavan in Thakurji, serving Vrindavan in reading sacred books, serving Vrindavan by being with devotees and serving them, serving Vrindavan by serving our temples in India, Vindakunja, Yamuna Kunja, Saraswati Kunja, and Janavikunja. By serving them, serving Vrindavan by making Vrindavan expansions, embassies in your country, in your city, in your home, and in your heart. Isn't that a complete project? You can't escape Vrindavan. If you want to, if you take the proper attitude, you can't escape Vrindavan, because you have to make an embassy in your country, in your home, in your eco farm, or in your temple, and last but not least, inside of your own heart. And to make Vrindavan in your heart is so simple. Simply take your japa. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And you installed Vrindavan in your heart. Now you can make artik to Lord Krishna in your heart. So easy, so practical, so tangible, so generous. But when you want to install Vrindavan in your home, there's a few recommendations. There's some rules which go. Because we always have to struggle against the ego. The ego is always the opposition against the Vrindavan surrender and establishing that in your life. Definitely. A strong opposition from inside the Maya world. Because Maya always has also a good embassy inside of us. And only when we surrender to Krishna, the Maya embassy stops transmitting nasty influences. That's what it says. If you are in surrender to Krishna, in the association of devotees, then Maya cannot touch you. So this is our hope. Of course, sometimes there may be a test coming to show you that you are depending on the mercy of the Vaishnavas. So I will read a little bit more about the glories of Vrindavan. Now that we have meditated, this is a very Vrindavan. Krishna lives eternally there in Vrindavan. The word eternally, Nityam, is so important. Nityam actually means that it is beyond time and space. It's beyond your body, it's beyond this current birth, it's beyond the galaxies, it's beyond the universe. Nitya means, that's why we follow Nityanand. He is giving us eternal bliss, which is not limited, which is not endangered by anything. No? They always say, oh, we're in a great danger. There will be a great asteroid will come and hit the earth and destroy us like the dinosaurs. And we always put into some kind of anxiety. American politics means always create an enemy that you're always scared of, scared to hell. So then when the bell rings on your door, you go, who's this? Communist countries like it too. create hell. In Hungary, they used to say, if the bell rings after 6 o'clock at night, then it's going to be the secret service taking you away to some labor camp. So people were scared. So scared. When I went to Hungary, Srila Narayan Maharaj had a system of worshipping Gonitai, little girl Gonitais like you see here, and they were in a box. So you could open the box and it became an altar. And then Arti can do everything of anything, it ring on the door, close the box. So if anybody come here, they cannot find, because at that time it was prohibited to follow an Indian religion. In East Germany, Hungary, boy, this was horrible. I went there. What we did in the beginning, in East Germany, we created Vrindavan in the park. So we went all around and preached to the people. And when somebody started speaking to us, hey, who are you, what you're doing here, why you're there, we used to go around in dhoti. But we had a one-day visa. Because at that time you would get, as a West German, only one-day visa to be there. So we made many contacts, and then we had to decide, is this contact a Stasi guy, Secret Service, or is he a genuine, interested person? That was up for us to decide. And of course we were walking in the Alexanderplatz, in the main square of East Germany, and there's full of Stasi guys. Maybe every fifth person is a Stasi man, it was in those days. So we really had to say, we had to listen, what are the questions? Are they from the heart or are they from the mind? So then we took their telephone. Then, Saturday night, we would call them. Tomorrow we will be at 4 o'clock in the park, close to the water. Or there's so many parks in Berlin. And then all the contacts, they would go to this. So we had sometimes 30, 40, 50 people coming to the Sunday feast. And we cooked some samosas somewhere in a friend's house. So we gave samosa and big kirtan. And that went on every Sunday in a different park. Nobody knows. So the police, when they saw, hey, who are these people here? Then, because everything, even a gathering was prohibited. Any kind of strange gathering. I mean, you remember those communist times, no? Only fear, fear, fear. And we went on. Of course, the Stasi did infiltrate. Finally, they got invited too. So they learned our system, how we were going into it. Every Sunday a new park. But they were watching us. And then finally they made an arrest of our East German devotees. He was arrested and put in labor camp. And he chanted 64 rounds in the labor camp. He chanted from morning to the evening, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. They tried everything with him. Stop this. Don't chant. I'm kidding. He was a number. So he did that so much that after 1 year or so, one night they blindfolded him, put him in a car, and drove him away from the labor camp. So he thought, no, this is my last. Now they're going to knock me over somewhere. kill me. So they drove for a few hours, and overnight, then they opened this blindfold, and they said, go this way, straight, and never come back. They threw him out from East Germany. He said, this crazy Hare Krishna chanter, we cannot deal with him. At least they didn't kill him, that was good, no? He got some piety there. So he came over and became a devotee in the West with us. So, but that was the beginning preaching there in the East. That was very dangerous, very entertaining. Smuggling books into the East. Wow, there is many pastimes. Very, very many pastimes. In Hungary too. Bulgaria too. This was the beginning days when Krishna was invading the East, the Eastern bloc. Anyhow, so Vrindavan, it doesn't have any discrimination. It doesn't stop. It doesn't say these people here is okay, these people there no. No. Vrindavan is for everyone. Vrindavan is a state of consciousness. And it is the most valuable, most beautiful thing for the whole world. So we may not be very qualified. But Prabhupada requested us, please give Vrindavan to the world. Will you please do so? He gave us this assignment. And we still try. We still try. You all try. And I'm so much indebted to you for trying. On all levels, making Vrindavan in every place. How wonderful, how wonderful. Now we have to spread Vrindavan everywhere. This is our duty. I mean, what does it mean spreading Vrindavan? You simply have to let the love of Vrindavan flow through you. It's not something which you have the dominion on it. It's under your control. But when you do what Prabhupada says, even if you just chant Hare Krishna, Vrindavan starts flowing through you. Vrindavan expands through you. I was involved personally in opening many temples. I have no idea how to open a temple. That flows through you. It comes to you. You don't know what happened. When I first time went to Bolivia, there was one Bolivian devotee, he joined in Colombia. And after a few years being a devotee, I talked with him. And we said, there's nobody in Bolivia who knows about Srila Prabhupada, Srila Maharaj. It's a very sad situation. I asked him, will you go there and take Prabhupada's mission to Bolivia? His name is Srila. He was a young musician. He said, yes, I'll go, I'll do it. So he went there and he rented a house somewhere on the mountain of La Paz. So high up. Nobody would go there to the Sunday fest. It was too far. I mean, you had to climb up a huge mountain like that. So that's what he got a little place rented there, close to his parents' place. So I went there, and we also didn't have much money. Maybe we had $500 or so. So we said, well, how are we going to do? He said, we have to get a place in the center so people can visit us. Now listen to this story. It is a real story. We took a taxi. We looked at the newspaper and there were a few flats for rent. So I said, let's go and look at one of them. So we told the taxi driver this and this address. So as he drove down from the mountain. He came to the center of town, and just next to Plaza Murillo, which is one of the main squares in La Paz, the taxi went. We hadn't reached our destination, so then Srila told me, this is the main square. I said, really? Okay, let's get out here. Maybe Krishna has something for us. Notice, we walked around the square, looked at it. It's pretty fancy, colonial. It's very old. It's the government palace is there and many things. And as we walked there, I was in a dhoti. A man touches me on my shoulder. I look around. Yes? He says, do you have anything to do with Bhakti Vedanta Swami? I said, yes, he's my guru. Oh, he said, he's your guru. This is so wonderful. I went to Miami and somebody gave me a book of his in the airport. And I brought this book. And I thought, this is so wonderful. I want to help something for this philosophy. I said, yes. Who are you? Oh, he said, my name is Mario. Don Mario. And then he asked, what are you doing here? He said, oh, we are looking for a place to preach. We're looking for a place here so that we can take Prabhupada's movement to Bolivia. He said, a place? Oh, you come with me, I have the place. So, from Plaza Murillo to his place, it was not even 100 meters. He was just on the side. He owned the hotel called Hotel Torino. Very fancy old hotel. And he said, I have a ballroom. We can turn it into temple. Then I have a yoga room where you can do yoga in. And he said, until you find a place for your devotees, you can stay in the hotel for free. And he said, and if you need any internet connection, I have an internet office down there. And we looked at each other, it cannot be true. This cannot be true. Don Mario was going to give his entire huge hotel at our disposal for spreading Krishna consciousness. So, we preached a long time there, and even today, 30 years later, we still make programs in Hotel Torino sometimes. We had a little problem there because some of our wild brahmacharis, they didn't really behave so hotel stylish. And some of the employees of Hotel Torino started complaining to Don Mario. He says, these people are wild, you know. They hurt our business. Anyway, Don Mario is still a devotee. Had some problems, but hard with Prabhupada. So, that's also where I met her father that time. So Bolivia is just an example. Krishna consciousness just flows. It just flows. Krishna flows. Krishna wants this to happen. I'm not capable. I don't know how to do that, how to spread Krishna consciousness, how to convert somebody to give up all the mundane ideas and and decide I want to be practice bhakti yoga. Yes. Stories like this, there's millions. Why? Because everywhere devotee goes and puts a step and lets Vrindavan flow through him, there's another mystical story coming. And all of you are the mystical stories because all of you met the devotee at a certain moment of life and it happened to answer exactly what you were looking for, and it made you, it filled your heart, and you felt, I'm in Vrindavan. I reached to where I want to go, because actually Krishna consciousness, we want to go Goloka Vrindavan, but we know that's up to Krishna. But while you're doing seva for Krishna, anywhere, anytime, you're in Vrindavan. So we don't go back home, back to Godhead, and have to stay in this world and have to do many more lifetimes of service. Well, I'm not that advanced, you know. I say, Krishna, get me out of here, please. But pure devotees don't say that. They say, Krishna, engage me whatever you want. If you want to keep me here, making your mission successful, you want to send me to Siberia. There's many devotees in Siberia today. Russia is booming. When we were children, when we heard of Siberia, we thought of horrible gulag labor camps. That's the only thing we could think of. KGB prisoner. But today there's many temples. Tomsk is one city in Siberia, and devotees everywhere. That's how Prabhupada touched this world, you know. Because when Krishna has a plan, nobody can stop him. So therefore, Krishna is eternally involved in our life. This is also why are we devotees of Krishna? Because we are serving our eternal Lord. Missions may come, missions may go. Sannyasis may come, sannyasis may go. But the eternal relationship with God, that will never go. Eternal relationship with God is our life and soul. So we have to understand one thing. You must all have a hero. Somebody, or some people you think they're the most, they're the maximum. Like one person, I give you an example. Narendra Modi. He's the president of India right now. The prime minister. And he is a very dharmic person. Every time he visits a country, first thing is he gives the chief of state a Bhagavad Gita of Srila Prabhupada. He does it everywhere. Obama, China, even to the Muslim, wherever he goes, this is my gift to you from India. Prabhupada's Gita. No, how we feel who have been distributors of Prabhupada's Gita. So Modi is like, it's a kind of a hero for many people. He just won the elections in India in such a way. There was such, the opposition was trying to destroy him with such nasty anything and everything. But when the election came, the whole country of India said, you are our star. And they elected him. Now he has all the power there. So I'm just saying, he's a hero. Everybody may have some hero, some musician, some this, that. Now, if you get a phone call, if I get a phone call now, who's that? Oh, I'm Narendra Modi, I wanted to talk to Paramadvaiti. Mr. Modi? Narendra Modi, is that you? Yes, it's me. What can I do for you? Please come to Delhi quickly and help me to fix Vrindavan. I heard you are very interested in that. You know, I'd run to the airport. I don't have to wait for a reservation or anything, you know. I would let all of you stay here, say, okay, have a nice festival, I'm going to Mr. Modi. I'm just giving you an example, no? So when somebody of greatest importance gives you the full attention to do something valuable with him or for him, you feel so honored. You feel so grateful. So in the same way, Krishna consciousness, Vrindavan, is calling you to do whatever, I don't know, but Pati I know. Krishna says, you look after my German Hindu society and make a temple in Munich. I could say many things. I know many things. Rasa Lila. What Krishna wants her to do. Something very amazing. On many levels. Plus she's our top artist. When she makes a drawing, the camera becomes useless. She has a better eye than the camera, and she can paint it. I mean, when I paint something, I mean, it doesn't even go for Mad Magazine, you know. There's no chance. So, everybody has something. Krishna wants to go through you to do a certain thing with one certain person or two persons or three or four or five. Dwarkarani has to make some movies. We are waiting. Huh? She has been chosen for that. She was in the Kiva Kumbh Mela doing much filming there. And we are all waiting for the outcome of this. Our Oida therapy, manifestation. To save the world from sectarianism. That Oida therapy has that potency, that powerful. Not only this, it can also save people from agnosticism. From this, I don't believe in anything, there's no order, there's nothing here, only me and my craziness, that's this world. No, you take Oida therapy, it changes you around. It's a tool, it's a gift. So, our dear devotees, they are developing the English department and Bulgarian devotee, Dayan, Mahaprabhu, Yudari, and others. So, this is our... You see, Krishna goes through them and does that with them. And it just goes on. I could give the example of each and every one, and some of them I'm not absolutely sure what these guys going to do there in Mallorca. What's the next step there with these wonderful families and devotees? But I know there's a big plan. A very big and beautiful plan. For every place. And sometimes you are kicked out from somewhere. I was so much in love with Brazil because I was sent to Brazil by Prabhupada. So Brazil was my Prabhu Datta Desh, the place my Guru Dev has given to me. And then in 1978, I was kicked out by the local authority. Get out of here. My heart was burning. I said, how is this? How am, after 3 years of serving and establishing 6 temples in Brazil, now I'm kicked out. I was crying. Krishna, why you do this to me? Then from there, I went to Chile. And I met Gurudeva Tulananda. And he is my best friend until today. And he's one of the acharyas of this mission. And then I got to travel all over South America, every country and everywhere, and trying to encourage people so that Krishna may flow through them and make embassies in all those places. And how I ended up in Bulgaria, or in Hungary, or in this place, or that place, or in Spain. Well, Krishna is the one who has the right, he has the right to do with you whatever he wants. I mean, I feel sad that I'm not a better servant, that I cannot do something, but I know when something good happens, it's always Krishna's mercy going through you, it's just flowing. It's just flowing. Prabhupada's mercy is flowing. That's all. And it keeps flowing. We are the hindrance. We are the one who stop it. Oh, I want to sleep. No sleeping. Flowing. Open the gates so that it may keep flowing. So the Mathura Vrindavan is the place where the Lord descends in this world and he lives eternally in there. Sri Dasame, that is a shloka from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto. Then it says, Sri Vishnu Purane Prashtamimse, Hatva Chalavanam Raksho, Madhuputram Mahabalam, Shatrumno Maturam Nama, Purim Tatra Chakaravai. After killing the powerful demon Lavana, who was the son of the demon Madhu, Shatrunga established the city of Mathura there. This is from Vishnu Purana. And that means, if you have watched the Ramayana, you have to see it. The Ramayana, we can read it, it's a very, very wonderful, but there is a 300 series on the Ramayana in Hotstar. Get yourself a lot of tissue paper if you're going to watch that one, because you're going to cry a lot. The Ramayana is... So one of the stories of that is the story of Shatrunga, who is the brother of Bharat, Lakshman and Ram. And he was sent there from Ayodhya to Mathura, and he established the kingdom of Mathura. At some point the brothers divided in their service. So I'm serious. I didn't watch the Ramayana until recently. And it's so nice. It is so sweet. I mean, you can do it, and there's with subtitles now. You can get these documentary. It really teaches you. Madhurya, you watch the Ramayana? Yes?
In Russian.
With your son?
With my husband and with Krishna Karnamrita and Govinda Vilamrita.
And your son is a Ram
Yes,
fan.
yes. Ganga Sagar.
Ganga.
Yes.
He's always talking about Lord Ram.
Yeah.
So it's very sweet.
Yeah.
If you missed out these opportunities, you just lose it. real nectar. So, Shatrungna, he founded the city of Mathura where Lord Krishna appeared later. Yatra Vaideva Devasya Sanidhyam Hari Medasya Sarva Papa Hare Tasmins Tapastirte Chakarasa. This holy place of Mathura, where Sri Krishna, the Lord of Lords, constantly resides with his devotees, and where Dhruva Maharaj performed his austerities, is the destroyer of all sinful reactions. Dhruva Maharaj did his austerities there. Vyasa Deva was born on an island in Mathura. Mathura is the heart piece of, I call it the cradle of Sanatan Dharma. And that place, Mathura Mandala, the whole surrounding area, it can perfectly help the whole world to develop spirituality. It's so amazing, amazing, our Mathura. We have a nice day, and this morning after breakfast I invite all of you for workshops, discussions of different subjects to come with me to the lake, which is very close by in walking distance. Is that okay, Patti?
Yeah.
Yes. Because some of you have not seen the lake, and it's really, really nice. It's like the Indradyumna Sarovar of the Jagannath Mandir of Munich. So very nice. You'll be very happy. This is also Vrindavan. So Dhruva Maharaj made austerities there in Vrindavan. And it is such a holy place, it's the destroyer of all sinful reactions. That means we all carry some karmas, some sinful reactions for the animals we have eaten, for any nonsense we did in this world. And if you come in contact with Vrindavan, it's the destroyer of sinful reactions. You don't even notice. It just goes inside of us and destroys all sinful reactions. And if we do service to Vrindavan, wow, then it is most powerful. In the Vayu Purana it says, Chatvarim Sat Yojanam Tatastu Mathura Smrita Yatra Devo Hari Shakshat Shrayam Tishtati Sarvada. The holy place of Mathura, where Lord Sri Krishna is always directly residing, is renowned as measuring 40 yojanas. It's a large place. It's actually extending. Now they have the Panchakrosi Parikrama. That is, you go all around the places in Mathura Mandala. That takes 45 days. Every day walking from one point of memory of Krishna to the next. Every day. And that's what many people do every year. Some of those parikramas, they have 10,000 people. Right? Panchakrosi Parikrama. Mathura Mandala. In the Adivaraha Purana, na tat punyair, na tat jnanair, na tapobir, na tat chapai, na labhyam vividair yagyair, labhyam mat anubhavata. Mathura is attained by the mercy of the Lord. Only by my mercy can a human being attain the abode of Mathura. Otherwise, one can never attain it by accumulating piety, by accumulating knowledge, by performing austerities, or by performing various sacrifices. You can do anything. You will not be able to contact it unless you get mercy. That's why we are after the mercy of the Lord. So for example, I was saying, if Krishna calls you to do something on his behalf, you should be electrified. Ooh, I'm allowed to work on behalf of Mathura, of Krishna, of Vrindavan. Wow, I'm part of Krishna's wave of love. Then you should feel like I should feel when Modi calls me. Then you should feel, that's it. That's it, that's it, that's it. I'm going, and I'm taking every one of you with me if you like to. And if you don't like to, sorry, I leave you. But I'm going. That is the invitation of Vrindavan. That is the importance of Vrindavan. It is the divine hero of love is coming to make you his instrument. It's not easy. To be an instrument of that love in this world here is definitely not easy. But there's one thing, it's a fact. If serving Krishna is not easy, not serving Krishna is much more difficult. So choice. Choose. You want the lesser difficult or the more difficult? Don't think that there will be no difficulty. No, get out of this material world. But not serving Krishna, existing without this love, that is too much. So it is only by Krishna's mercy. Sri Vishnu Kripaya Nunam Tatra Vaso Bhavishyati Vina Vishnu Prasadena Kshanam Ekam Natishtati. Without the mercy of Lord Vishnu, no living entity can live in Mathura for even a moment. On the other hand, if one is favored by the Lord, then he will certainly be able to live there. You know, when you're in Vrindavan, the bridge buses, they look at you like, where are you from? How did you came to Vrindavan? How did you make it to stay here one day? They watch it because they have so much belief in Vrindavan, in all these shlokas, no? So if a person comes out of nowhere from another country to Vrindavan and offers obeisances and doing flowers and artik and all, they go, who is this guy? Where did he come from? How did he make it? And then they hear, oh, you're from Prabhupada. Then they say, oh yeah, you met the pure devotee of Krishna. Now I understand how you are here. Yes, it's just like that. Without the mercy of a pure devotee, you never come to Vrindavan. It's impossible. And Srila Prabhupada has invited all of you. Maybe some of you have not managed yet to go there. Vrindavan is that. And Vrindavan is not what your eyes can see. Vrindavan is what you serve from the heart. If you serve Krishna from the heart there, you'll never forget. Your path is guaranteed. Success is guaranteed. For everything in your life. Even whatever mistakes you may have done, evaporated. Even if you killed the Brahmin, I hope none of you have killed the Brahmin. But the power of the Holy Dham is so incredible that even if you killed the Brahmin, you can be purified from it. Because some people did kill Brahmins. And by the mercy of Vrindavan, they got relieved. Padma Uttara Kande Harau Yesham Stira Bhaktir Ujasi Yeshu Tat Kripa Tesham Eva Hi Danyanam Maturayam Bhavetrati. Padma Purana Uttarakanda states, Only those fortunate souls who have achieved unflinching devotion at the feet of Sri Hari and who have been sufficiently favored by him become attached to the abode of Mathura. So, some people say, I lost my heart in Vrindavan. If you become attached to Mathura, attached to Vrindavan, it must be understood that you got the maximum mercy. Now you're so attached you want to live there, or you're so attached you want to die there, or you're so attached that you want to take Mathura to wherever you are in the world and establish an embassy. Gopinath, a good friend of mine, he just left his body in Vrindavan, surrounded by devotees. Great fortune. Mystical fortune. One of my friend's mother, she was doing parikrama every day of Radhakunda with a tulsi plant on her head. So she became known as Tulsi, because she was always walking around the Radhakunda, Shamakunda with the Tulsi. She is the mother of Lalita Madhava. And she was totally mystic. So one day, she wasn't that old, but one day she got all the family and she put on her best clothes, some white dress, and she said, I'm going to leave this world tonight. Please, you, my son, you take care of your sister. And she gave all the instructions to everybody. Then she called the guy from the market. We still owed 10 rupees to him. Give him 10 rupees. Like she made everything clear, clear, clear. And then she started chanting. And then like a mystic yogi, she just departed from this world at her will. Amazing. I mean, this happened while I was there in Vrindavan. I mean, it's not fiction or hearsay, no. Incredible things happen. Vrindavan is a very mystical place. Some people do Govardhan Parikrama every day. Govardhan, Varshana, Nandagam. Amazing place. And this is here the description. This is why it says, if you become attached to Vrindavan, you have achieved a great, great fortune. Great mercy has come upon you. You have achieved something which cannot be achieved by austerities, by meditation, by yagyas. Mathura is attained through the meditation on the Lord. In the Adivaraha Purana it states, O best of the twice born, only when human beings become completely purified by undergoing various purificatory processes, such as performing austerities and constantly following the process of auspicious meditation, can they see my highest abode. Otherwise no one can attain it, even in hundreds of kalpas. So this is our great fortune, that we are here in Vrindavan, Munich section. Yes, that's why this Vaishnava Mela is taking place here. If you have any doubt about it, Vrindavan is here because there is Vrindavan Prabhu. There is a representative of Radha Gokulananda, Goloka Vihari. There is a representation through all of you, your names, your devotion, your feelings, your love. You make Vrindavan. Wherever devotees are united to listen about Krishna and glorify Him, Krishna Himself comes there and is present there. So, if Pati had any doubt before the Mela, thinking maybe this house, maybe not Vrindavan, because so difficult to have a house in Munich. Of course not, he already had many devotees here before. But now he cannot have any doubt that this place was chosen to be Vrindavan, Munich. Now what can be done? How much love can flow through here to the many people in the world? Well, only Krishna knows. Only Krishna knows. I thank Srila Rupa Goswami very specially for this book. Here we have another wonderful shloka. Yagatir yoga yuktasya brahmagyasya manishina sagatis tvajata pranan maturayam narasya cha. The destination that thoughtful sages who are conversant with the knowledge of the absolute truth attain by giving up their bodies through mystic yoga is attained by ordinary people simply by residing in Mathura. I was just telling you about the mother of Lalit Madhava, no? Mystical devotees. By being in Mathura, all these mystic powers are conveyed to a person. Tirte chaiva grihe vapi Chatvare patichaivahi yatra tatra mrita devi muktim yantina chanyata. O Devi, if a person gives up their bodies anywhere in Mathura, such as in a house or in the water, in the land, on the road or in a courtyard, they will certainly attain liberation. Now we're talking about death. Death with Krishna. Many people, they buy a flat in Vrindavan because they want to die in Vrindavan. But it's not that easy. It's not by buying a flat. Kasyadi puryayadi shanti loke tasham tu matya maturai vadanya yajanma monji vrata mrityu dahail Ninam Chaturdada Vidadati Moksham. Also, there are many holy places in this world, such as Kashi. The abode of Mathura is the best of all. For by taking birth there, by taking initiation there, and by giving up the body there, one surely attains liberation. So these are we are now in shloka number 89, there's 400 of them. So next Mela will continue. Rupa Goswami Mathura Mahatmya. You get this book somewhere, you can get it from Vrindavan, from our store. We have a store. Mother Kaustuba, she has a store, she can send you anything you want from Vrindavan. It's one of the services we have, so that the things are always available for you, so that Vrindavan will always be available for you. Questions, commentaries. Yes, my dear.
Yes, I have one question. It's about intuition.
What? Intuition?
Yes, the question is about intuition, and intuition, that would be like your ability to consciously listen to and receive the knowledge from Paramatma, the Lord in our hearts. So the question is this intuition necessary to advance in Krishna consciousness?
Brahmeti Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavana Jeev Guru Krishna Prasade Vai Bhakti Lota Beach. After wandering through the universes, up and down, left and right, going here and there, trying this and trying that, and getting fed up, then you start praying. Hey Lord, I'm finished with all this nonsense. Now I'm ready for you. I'm ready for you. I'll do anything you want. I'm ready. When the Paramatma sees that attitude in you, he'll take you to a spiritual master. He'll show you your Diksha Guru, Vartmana Pradakshaka Guru, Shiksha Guru. He'll show you the way. And you will in your heart feel, wow, 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 what's happening to me, so on. After you take initiation, you still need that Paramatma connection. It says by the instructions of the Guru and the guide of the Paramatma, then we can achieve the highest supreme destination. So what you call intuition is actually mercy. You just don't know it. You think it's my intuition. But it says, he in your heart is knocking. Hey, wake up. I need you, I love you. It's this way. So, Paramatma is meditating upon you 24 hours a day. You maybe once in a while. But when you become more pure, then you become his instrument of his love. So Paramatma, you could easily say that this movement belongs to the Paramatma. He is the original Guru, and he keeps us together here. And by his grace, we will go all the way to the end. So, Jai Sri Paramatma.
Yeah.
And it's Krishna himself. Charyamam Vijnaniyam Namava. Krishna says, consider clearly that I am the Guru, the original Adi Guru, making all this possible. Next question. Radha Dasyam.
Because you say about Mathura, it's one of the important places. I've heard there are 7 main puris in India. Puris, they call it main puri. Mathura is one of the main puris in India. I've heard that. Is it right?
I would like to see the shloka, but if that's what you read, then it must be right. You see, there's 450 informations about Mathura's glories. No? To know all of them is pretty difficult. But, and since Mathura Vrindavan is such a thing which expands anywhere, that it's very, you cannot confine it. Like Paramatma is always there for everyone. It's not, I have no Paramatma. Nobody can say that. Huh? And what our dear Prabhu says, intuition, it feels like that. Sometimes it comes in a dream, sometimes it comes in a certain strong feeling, sometimes it comes by the advice of another devotee who says, hey, have you looked at that? Like when I was in Vrindavan looking for a temple for the Vrinda family, I looked 8 years. 8 years I went all around Vrindavan looking for a place. So when I read these verses, I go like, incredible. So after 8 years, I got a place. I got a place next to Seva Kunja. A beautiful Radha Vrindavan Chandra. I got it. I got the papers done. I paid for it. Everything. 10 days later, I was kicked out. I said, what is this, Krishna? What kind of a game you are playing with me here? I looked and finally got it. Now, of course, I lost it, not completely, because it was transferred to Srila Bhakti Vaibhav Puri Goswami Maharaj. It was given to him. He was in bliss. And I was also in bliss. He let me stay there. He said, you can stay here, no problem. This is like Vaishnava families, very confidential. So he gave me a room, free, stay here. But, so I lost this place. And I said, Krishna, what's happening? What's happening? So I was talking to one person, and I was complaining to him how Krishna is playing these games with me. Then he asked me, have you asked Gopeshwar Mahadev for permission to be in the Dham? And I said, well, you have to ask permission. I mean, when you're serving your guru, you're supposed to have asked permission. Like, man, no. He said, yeah, you have to ask permission. So I said, okay, take your advice. I took a rickshaw, went to Gopeshwar Mandir, went in there, did a full puja and prayer and gave a donation. Please, my Lord, let our Vrinda family have a place in Vrindavan. Please, please, we want to do some service here. Next day, I walk along the street, and a businessman comes out of this. He says, Swamiji, come in my home, in my shop. That's common. Every shop owner calls you in their shop. This is not an uncommon experience. No? So he sat me down and says, you're looking for a place in Vrindavan? I got the place for you. Anyhow, I've told that story many times. No need to tell it again. But 2 days later, we had Vrinda Kunja with papers and everything. Absolutely unedited. Usually a transfer of property anywhere in the world takes months. In India it takes years. And for us it took 2 days. From the moment of prayer to Gopeshwar. Now, if I had doubts in Gopeshwar, I would be a real atheist. What's not possible. And Gopeshwar wanted to have us right next to him. It was the property which belonged originally to the Gopinath, to the Gopeshwar area, in the hut, in the heart of Vrindavan. So we have had some experience of the Vrindavan sweetness. And then that he would also give us Yamuna Kunja, that is another inedited story. Total surprise. Whatever we do, whatever little thing, big thing, it's all Krishna's mercy, that's all. Then we met Sadhu Maharaj in the Mundir Math. That was another big surprise. Then we opened the Ram school. Then we opened the Hanuman school. Now we're going to get a little eco farm in Vrindavan. Anybody wants to be part of it, I'm collecting. $15,000 we need. Become a partner of the eco farm in Vrindavan. We'll manage somehow. Then I take Sridham there, and he's going to look that we have all this beautiful farm, make it very beautiful. Are you ready, Sridham? Come to Vrindavan with me for establishing nice place there. And we have the Goshala in Radhakunda. I mean, have it means you serve it. In Vrindavan, you own nothing. We are not owning Vrindakunja. I mean, we got some paper on it, but no. All the rights reserved by Radharani. Everything is hers. It's nothing to argue about. Neither do you own anything anywhere also, no? It's just foolish idea. I have a flat, and tomorrow you lie flat. then people say, who owns the flat? Well, not the guy who's lying flat. He's gone. There's no more ownership. So who is now? Oh, does he have children? Many times the government stays with the properties after people die because there's nobody there to claim heritage rights. Anyhow, any other question? This is Ambarish.
No, just Gopalananda wants to say goodbye.
Gopal, du gehst schon.
Ja, ich muss. Selin wartet.
Haribol.
Oh, das ist gefährlich. Ich will es nicht einfach nicht gehen.
I thought now you became the walking gem. Okay, good journey. Thank you for coming. All the best to Berlin. So if anybody has more questions, we are this morning here. We're going to be on the lake. Going to be sitting there, singing there. And we have a few workshops or a few topics which you may ask about. No? Anybody's interested in Vrindavan more, getting more involved, always welcome. Always welcome. This is a special place for special people. And what you do, wherever you are, is very special. And you know there's not a better place. You cannot say that München Yatra is more important than Mallorca Yatra, or that Mallorca Yatra is more important than Canary Islands Yatra, or that anything like our Siddhanti Maharaj or anybody. All the wonderful things. It's no competition. Every devotee is a personal private embassy jewel of Lord Krishna. And he knows how to utilize, dispatch, and make use of all the energies. And therefore we still wait for Veda Slovena to manifest. But already we have a Chintamani Dham, which is Kalpa Vriksha Chintamani, very mystical place right next to Sofia. Wow, I want to go there.
We're leaving today.
You see, this is one thing I wanted to say. Because I feel great love for Krishna's devotees. As we started preaching, we ended up preaching in 34 countries. So as we got on, every time you meet somebody and they say, yes, very nice. They don't ask you, how are you? They ask you when you're coming back. What do you mean? Next year, no? So, nobody says, oh, you can come back in a few years, no problem. Huh? So in this way, my area I had to cover every year became bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and more, and every devotee has a temple and they want you to look at their gardens and look at their deities and look at their artwork and so it was very common for me to visit 5 temples in one day. Very common. So it was a nice journey, but this is not the idea. The idea is that the local devotees have to nurture each other and give the love and the strength to continue. Only by that it is possible. So in this way, the desire to go somewhere and to be with devotees is a wonderful desire. But if there's too many in too many places, then it's not possible. So then we have to come to the next step. Now Krishna has pushed me to the next step. Not so softly, but pushed me, you know. This is the next step. Now, we have to keep together. Now we have a place, we have a moment today. You know, we as devotees, we are into simple living, high thinking. That's our philosophy. It's also beautiful, wonderful. But, you know something? Technology is the most amazing development of today. And when I started staying in Vrindavan, I discovered the WhatsApp. I didn't know what was WhatsApp. More or less, everybody says WhatsApp, WhatsApp. But as I traveled around, I didn't have a telephone. But in Vrindavan, I said, you can make a free call to Chile from my ashram to Chile. I can talk for free? No. I still cannot believe it. Because when I was young, my mother told me, my father, phone call is like this. Yes, yes, it's okay, I'll come, bye. That's how I was taught to make a phone call. Because a phone call was very expensive and long distance prohibited to make long distance calls. So now with the WhatsApp, I've been able to talk more to the devotees than when I visit them. Because I don't have to spend the travel time, no? Or get the money to pay for the travel time. All these things are falling away, and only somebody sends me and then on the WhatsApp, one of the best things is there. It's called voice message. So he's not there because how often can I pick up on time when you want to call me? But you can leave a voice message of anything important. We just bought a new farm here. Can you please give us some guidance how to make the master plan? Okay. Immediately I will pay my attention. So in that sense, I have more time for you to talk to you than by coming there. Because when I come there, there's such a long line, and there's a new devotees, and the new devotees want to see the spiritual master, and this and that, and this and that. And the older devotees, they're doing the management. So I'm 1 week in Sofia, and I have not spoken to the temple president more than 10 minutes. So, good time now. So in other words, there's always so much capacity to do devotional things. And we are still there to give some guidance when necessary. When it's not necessary, why bother? Of course, simply to see your image and hear your voice is for me, it gives me strength, gives me joy. So I'm not against that. So I like WhatsApp. Whoever invented that, he got some sukriti. And whoever invented the internet got a lot of sukriti. Even though there's so much nonsense on it, I can listen now on the internet to any Swami's classes. I have 900 classes of Prabhupada to listen to. Anytime, anywhere. Only thing, I need to have the desire to listen to it. And there it is. And all the books of Prabhupada, everything is there. We were dreaming of that, my friend. We were dreaming when we went out on Sankirtan with a book bag, like almost killing your shoulder, full of books. And we were thinking, oh, these books have to be distributed. People don't know anything about Lord Chaitanya. Please take one of these books. Each book you sold, the bag was a little lighter. So that was a very good psychology, because you wanted to get rid quickly of those books. They were so heavy. So please take one, please. It's very, very good. So we were dreaming. It was taught to us. The whole world, every house should have a set of Prabhupada's books. That was our mind of Sankirtan, of going out there. Now everybody has all of Prabhupada's books in his telephone. Not every house. Every person. Only they have to know about it and develop a desire to read what Prabhupada gave to the world. What Lord Chaitanya, what Jagannath, what Nishingadev gave to the world. It's a different preaching. Changes the preaching approach. I mean, we still have to do public relations and work and spreading and collecting donations for the temple. That was very common. Practically what the devotees did in the Gaudiya Math before, they went door to door asking for donations for the temple, for different occasions. One time Srila Maharaj went to a house of a jeweler. And the jeweler told him, come back tomorrow. I will tell you tomorrow whether I give a donation to you or not. And then Srila Maharaj said, oh, why tomorrow? He says, because I have to ask my wife. I have to ask my wife whether I should give any donation to you. Okay. Next day, Srila Maharaj went to the same shop, went in, and the jeweler said, are you from Bag Bazaar, Gaudiya Math? Yes, I'm from there. My wife had a dream overnight, and the Radharani of Bag Bazaar, Gaudiya Math came to her in a dream and complained that somebody had taken away her necklace. So she was asking to get a necklace. Srila Maharaj was struck by one. And there had been some thievery of the jewelry of the deities. He had heard about it. But that Radharani would go in a dream and beg something from this guy. Then he came, okay, my wife told me give them the necklace. So a very valuable necklace was donated to Radharani through this person, through the dream of Srila Maharaj doing Sankirtan there. These are the stories, millions of them. How Krishna uses. So then when we go out on Sankirtan, everybody's involved, everybody knows, you know, hey, you are doing the collecting. He is the one who is going to do the seva. And then with the seva you can accomplish something. Like when we're going to open Varshana now in Colombia, this has been my life project. My life project, Varshana. Giving a beautiful temple to Gauranga Radha Brajaswar, who are the deities, the Mulamat of the Vrinda family. Without Varshana, I would never have come to Europe. They sent me because they had a mission which went far beyond Colombia. But this is the hard place, the Mulamat it's called. That's where the Vrinda mission was started. In a tremendous battle. If you imagine that battle, wow. Krishna's two Bhagavans. And the battle came out victorious. And Radha Colombia Ishvara got Mahaprabhu, and they became Gauranga Radha Brajaswar. All this divine plan. I think breakfast is ready, 9 o'clock. Go take breakfast, and then we're going to go and walk to the lake. It's not very far.